Welcome to the Pretty Red ENT Show. It's your girl goddess Nikita, aka Pretty Red ENT. And I'm sending love and light out into the whole entire world. And if no one told you they loved you, just know that goddess Nikita loves you, okay? I'm also sending love to the animals, the trees, the clouds, just heaven in general, guys. Like, I really just love being love and sending the universe love, sending God love, sending Mother Earth love. Some people, they send love to everybody else, but they don't really take their time out. Like, hey, I'll send love to the Creator. Because maybe the Creator might need a little bit of love. You feel me? Like, hey, I'm sending you love, even though they're like, hey, I really don't need nothing, but I do it anyways. Just because that's my heart. That's one thing people can't change about me. Like, it's my heart. Like, I love just being love and spreading love. Like, real authentic love out to the universe. Like, pew! It's a beautiful thing. Like, it's just it's amazing time, because you might not know, like, you can change someone's life by just being the loving human being that you are. And seeing that I have done that to a lot of people in their life, it's like, Even down to, like, my podcast. Like, a lot of people say, like, they really feel the love and they appreciate, like, my podcast because it'd be real. And one of my guy friends was like, man, but the craziest thing is, like, how you really made me realize, like, I'm spiritual. And I never really knew that, like, I was really tapped in spiritually. Like, I just thought, like, I'm like, man, you acting crazy. I don't know what's going on with you, but shout out to me. I heard I was the MVP. She's my MVP. She's my favorite. Okay. All right, guys. Like, I want to talk about something, and I'm going to kind of keep it brief. Like, real brief. Okay, y'all know me. But pay attention to these spiritual leaders, these high-ranked spiritual leaders that's been in place for a very long time. Notice how they only come out during tax time. I have seen so many commercials ran for spiritual people, religion people, and it's like, you're only running this for tax money. I haven't seen you run an ad the whole winter, the whole fall time. Barely did it in summertime. But spring, oh yeah, you went in. After Valentine's Day, yeah. February came, you're running ads back to back. Girl, you got more ads than I got ads. Like, what? And I was like, wow, so our people really sometimes be the problem. People of color is the problem sometimes. Because according to what some spiritual people say, because hurt people hurt people. Yeah, so you're hurting. So instead of you actually doing your spiritual job and really helping people with a decent amount of money, so where a lot of people can come to you at one time, you make it so you put this a high number, $800, and still got to pay for materials. $800 just count for just to be in front of your face. But materials cost money. Like, what? This $800 don't cover flight money? I got to pay for my own ticket to go to a meeting to graduate? This $800 didn't pay for that? What? And this in most spiritual leaders and stuff say, hurt people. Well, this is why this saying still goes on. I do not like this saying at all. Because one, you're not holding these people who hurt people and hurt you accountable. You're saying, hey, I know you're hurt, so I expect you to hurt me. What? No, sirree. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Shots fired. It's going to be some shots, and it is what it is. I'm drinking this tea, y'all. This tea is beautiful. 2547. Literally. Just this starts, I believe, in religion, because most things that people don't understand, even dealing with psychology, even studying real religion, a personality, everything, like their base of to who they really are is backed up off of, are they religion or are they spiritual? What is their belief system in? Your belief system will tell you everything that you need to know about a person. Like, oh, okay, so you're Christian, so I can expect you to be like this. This is like your basic standard. Oh, you're this type of person. Okay, you're spiritual. That means you're a little bit more free. Like sometimes you see people, you don't judge them. There's a lot of spiritual people that do the same thing as Christians. They judge people all the time. Oh, you're not supposed to believe in this person. You're not supposed to believe in that person. Oh, leave people alone. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Look at you being as hurtful as the people that you saying that you running from. Okay? It don't make sense. So I really feel like this hurt people comes from religion. It's like you're making it acceptable for people to hurt people. I'm not making it acceptable at all. If you hurt me and I know for a fact you were trying to hurt me, you can't come back in my life to hurt me again. I have boundaries. I might forgive you, wholeheartedly forgive you. Like, oh my gosh, I hope that maybe one day if I'm free, you free, if I see you out and we just kick it. And that'll be that. But or some people I just want to be cordial with. Like, hey, what's up? Some people, you won't ever be able to be back in my energy, and that's on you, and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb on everybody, okay? And not to say that, like, maybe the hurt was too bad. It's the disrespect. It's the sometimes people, sometimes people really do some real foul stuff, and they move foul, and it's like, are you supposed to accept that or are you not? I'm supposed to be like, oh, so you hurt, so I expect you to do this. Like, no, I understand you are hurt. Like, I'm a person and I'm a spiritual human being. Like, guys, like, I'm real sensitive. Like, I understand, like, you hurt. Maybe you never really had a real friend, so you don't know how to treat a friend. But at some point, if you acknowledge that I have been a good friend to you, and I have never done nothing to hurt you or harm you, how do you think that make me feel that you recognize that I actually was a good friend to you, which means that you know that you was not a good friend and you was not being a good friend. I was doing these things to hurt you because I've been hurt. What? But I didn't hurt you. I didn't hurt you. That's making me accountable for somebody else's actions. I didn't do that to you. I even be telling that to people who be, some guys like try to come up and date me. Like, oh, I want to date you. You're not even healed. I'm not accepting no man that's not healed, okay? No, sir. I didn't hurt you. And when I knew that I was hurt from, my best friend dying, my ex-boyfriend dying, and different stuff like that, I really ain't trying to be in a relationship with nobody. I'm like, listen, bro, I don't want to hurt you. I just want to be friends. I remember for a while I got off the market. I even was telling people I was in a relationship and I wasn't talking to nobody. I used to tell friends and family members that. And they used to just be, and that's how I found out, like, people just be talking. Some people really want to hurt you. Like, oh, she talked to this person. You don't know if I talked to this person. I just told you that. Just so that way the person you were trying to hook me up with, them blind dates. I know how people are with blind dates. Like, hold on. I'm with somebody. Why would you try to do that? You didn't even ask me, like, if I wanted to do that. Like, no. But I had to deal with my stuff. I always used to tell people, like, listen, I'm hurt. Like, I need time. A lot of people, when they break up with people, they just go right back on, feel like to get over this ex, you need a new ex. Like, what? don't even sound right. You didn't even deal with your emotions. And at some point, it's going to catch up with you. Like, I'm telling you, like, once I started dealing with, I turned my emotions off for 7 years. That when you turn them back on, you get that waterworks. I cried for at least about a year. I cried for 6 months straight. That's facts. For my best friend, I cried 6 months straight. I was ranting. I was mad. I was happy. Like, I went back and looked at all my Facebook posts. Like, that was kind of a little touchy. Like, you were going through something. Like, but I was. Because that was actually really first time I actually got to sit down and deal with a lot of emotions. Even with me, like, miscarrying a child, like, I actually really had to go through emotions. I didn't even have time to even really process that. I had to get on my grind because I was out of the state. I wasn't at home. So I really had to get on my grind, the things that happened and transpired. And I had to really be on it to the point where I had to, like, really love myself and just, like, really be on it to the point where I didn't have time to process. And I'm like, man, I didn't even get a chance to be mad about it. Like, be mad, be happy, be glad. I mean, I had a conversation and it was what it was. But, you know, and it was like, hey, I can't do it right now because I got something going on. Like, I don't want to bring no baby in like this. Like, I just ain't that. Like, you feel me? Like, and it was literally a conversation. It wasn't no bad conversation. But it's like so crazy because some people will sit up there and like literally put you out and really try their best to hurt you because they hurting in the inside. I remember like one day I called a female out on that. I said, man, you so hurt because this man is cheating on you and to the point where you feel like you want to do hurtful things to me and cause chaos in my life when it's really you. You have chaos in your life, so you want chaos of mine? I'm at peace. That's not fair to me. That ain't no good friend. And it's like half the time, like when you do inventory, like some people, they know like they haven't really showed up for you. But you really showed up for them, like on everything. Like, oh, this, I showed up for that. You sent me a message. I showed up for this. I showed up for that. I showed up. What did you show up for me? I have done a lot for you. If we do a list, let's see about this list. Whose list is bigger? I'm not into that, but some people is. And I've been in tussles with that. And it's like, some people really try to hurt you. And it's like, you're hurting me because you're hurt. Like, okay, like she did that behavior to you. Because some people, they'll tell you like all day. I remember like, you know, at one point in time, like I remember somebody telling me like, hey, I cheated on you because you were pretty. And all the girls I've been with before cheated on me. So I wanted to cheat on you before you could cheat on me. I was like, but I didn't even cheat on you. I ain't did nothing at all. I've been curving people when I should have really been collecting numbers. Like, okay, let's get this money. Was that fair to me? No. Guys, like people don't hold these people accountable for being hurt. I do. The conversation sounds like this. But I didn't do that to you. I didn't give you any insinuation. You never asked me. Like, I always was down for you. So how did I hurt you? What did I do to you for you to say that I hurt you? Only thing I did was be real to you, show you love. And that's what you said you wanted. Even to one of my female friends, we had a conversation and I was like, but I was real to you. You did some real foul stuff. You moved foul. I didn't do that to you. I didn't literally take your dude around my family member and hook my family member up with your dude. I didn't do anything foul like that to you. I didn't try to like hurt you. Like I wanted you to be somewhere. I know you wanted me to be somewhere and I didn't show up on purpose just to hurt you. Like, no. If I didn't show up for something, it's a good reason. Like a very good reason. Like, hey, I might don't believe in something, the reason why I don't show up, or I might show up. I might don't show up because I might overslept. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember back in the day, like I used to work 3 jobs. I worked 3 jobs and went to school. Yes, I was tired. So if I didn't want to show up to something, that's just because I was tired. It wasn't because I was being funny because I wanted to hurt you. Like, no. Like, literally, like, some people will really take their time out of their day to hurt you and disturb you. And some people, because they done been hurt so much, they like to see that you get hurt. Some people like to see you and they'll laugh at you when you crying. I remember a particular girl did that to me, but I understand why she did it. And it was so playerist, I was like, I applied you in this position when technically you was just an associate. If I would have known that you consider me an associate, I would have considered you an associate. I wouldn't even been mad about none of the stuff you ever did. I wouldn't even came over your house like that, for real, to be honest with you. Like, I would have never really been around you. What's so crazy is that your close friends that you call really close friends to this day was telling me that you foul. You move foul. And I always used to stick up for you, but they never did. And I think Spirit, because Spirit always warned me. And it's like I just chose to see the better version of her. I'm like, man, she rocked with me. Nah, that girl didn't rock with me at all. She wanted to hurt me. Hurt people. Well, I've been hurt. And a lot of females did a lot of different things to me. And so I just expect all females just to be skept, like they just skept. Like, and I'm like, what did I do to show you that I was skept? I came in, found out your love language, loved you there. Like, I just been your friend. Like, I just wanted to be your friend. I have a lot of family members. So to even include you, even in my friend group, like, is a big part to me because I have a big family. So I'm kind of like, dude, I don't need friends. I can argue with my cousin all day and tomorrow. And I will still be cousin with this person at the end of the day. Compared to you, you're just my friend. And so it's like, it's really weird to see like different people do this. And it's like, I cannot believe like some people will really take their time out to really hurt someone because they're hurting in the inside and they're not really taking their time out to deal with their shit. And some of these spiritual people, they encourage this behavior by saying, hurt people, hurt people. Augustine got a song called Sleeve. He said, I've been hurting too, so I know what it feels like to be hurt. So that's why I always keep it true to you. Always keep it real. No matter what, like, you can go your way, I can go mine. You feel me? I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not going to hurt you because I know how it feels to be hurt. I felt him on that. 100%. That song needed to hit the universe. Now, I don't know who he's talking about, but that song needed to be in the universe. Because people need to hear that. Like, if I didn't hurt you, then why are you trying to hurt your best to hurt me? I didn't do nothing to you. I gave you loyalty. What first time I met you? Like, it's crazy because prime example, you can even take this. Like, I remember I was talking to a guy. I was real. I actually dated him. Like, for real dated him. And now I wasn't open for dating for a while. So I did my healing work behind my best friend. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready to receive love. And so I had to test it out. And so I was like, all right, well, I went on a test drive with him and dated him. Like, we actually had a really good time. Like, we used to cook for each other all the time. That man's funny. Talk about my chicken. But that he did make me some burnt steak. But my chicken was thorough. It was stuffed chicken. And just because his stuff was cold does not mean that it was burnt. I would rather have my stuff cold than burnt. But it was cooked all the way. So, make a long story short, guys. It was like, he was hurting and I wasn't. I dated him honestly, flawlessly, like gave him my undivided attention. I wasn't talking to nobody else. So when me and him departed from, like dating, we came back together, like maybe like he hit me up like during Mercury retrograde. I was like, man, what's up with this, bro? Hit me up. He like, yeah, I just want to tell you, like, like, what would it do to make you drop every guy that you talking to right now for me? And I'm thinking to myself, who's the guys I talk to right now? Because I don't see them. They're not in this car. You're worried about the wrong things. You don't need to be worried about no other man. You need to be worried about my peace. Because I choose my peace at all times. I'm choosing me. So I was thinking to myself, like, so you want to date me? He's like, because I want to date you seriously now. I said, so what was you doing before? This is holding these hurt people accountable. What was you doing before? And what do you expect me to do now? I was already dating you, like trying to date you for real. And so now you feel like you're ready to date me after you done took this person back and now you want to date me and think I'm supposed to accept this behavior? Like, no. Well, I did this and I left because, I was hurt and I see that I was hurting you and, you like really pushed down on me. And I'm like, so why would I sit up there and date you and, like you're around me every day? Like, you don't need to be around me every day if you don't want me. So you got to get up out of my energy. I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, he purposely was like, and this is what I'm saying, like, people don't understand, like, it's like, you play the game. Like, you hurt people all the time. Like, this young man is definitely, like, he hurt the woman that he went back to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are you calling me? One, to try to say, like, hey, I want to get with you. Do you think you can give me an opportunity to get back with you? I want to date you for real. What the hell were we doing before? Oh, well, I wasn't ready then. I was real hurt and I was dealing with my stuff. So, hurt people hurt people. What? No, baby, I'm not accepting that. I won't accept that behavior from nobody. Even people who want to rekindle an old friendship, like, have you been there for me? What have you done for me for real? Oh, but you didn't know that you were sitting over here having a conversation with your boyfriend about me to the point where you're talking mad shit. Oh, you talking about me? You talking about my car? You talking about my house? Like, what? I never once even spoke bad on your name. Not had a conversation about you. Only conversation I might have had about you when you wasn't present was that I love you, I miss you, you this person to me, and I mess with you because you like real. But obviously you're not real because you talking about me. I never once had a conversation about you that was off the wire, but here you go having a conversation about me, and I don't find out until you and your boyfriend into it. He started exposing my business. Or what's supposed to be my business, okay? Like, I'm like, what? He hurt. You cheated on him, he found out, so now he telling your business. And so he like, all right, well, you hurt me, let me try to get her. What do I got to do with y'all triangle? I don't even know you. You're not my man. And it's like, so many people would try to hurt you, and it's like, I've been there for you when people hurt you, but sometimes people are guilty of the John Doe crime themselves of hurting you. Like, oh, you invite everybody else to this party, but you purposely don't invite me. Or you wait till the last minute to tell me. Some people don't like, oh, you know what, my bad. Like, nah, they meant to do that. And then when you actually like really sit down and talk to them about court issues like this, like, so why you invite me to the party? Well, I was really just trying to see if it'd be okay. And because I know maybe like you might not like this person. This person already spoke their opinion that maybe they didn't like you, but I didn't come to this party for them. I was coming to this party for you. So I didn't get an invite because of this person. I just didn't want to hurt their feelings. But what about mine? See, people don't look at it like that, but what about my feelings? You acknowledge somebody else's whole entire feelings, but you didn't acknowledge mine. So I'm supposed to just keep accepting this behavior. Even for friends who always invite other friends out to other places, but they never invite you out. But then, like, they get mad when they see you with a new friend and you're having fun. Like, oh, you're not inviting me places, but you invite this person places. Like, what? What do you mean? I'm that person. Like, what do you mean? Oh, I give you things, but you don't give me things back. Oh, because you have done so much and they didn't appreciate it. So you feel like you could take advantage of me. So that means you hurting me. You feel me? Like, people don't even look at that point of view like, oh, I'm giving you this. I'm giving you that. Anytime you call, I'll give it to you. But you don't give me nothing at all. For free at all. No free rides, no free anything. But yet I do that freely for you. But the only reason why you don't do that back to me is because you done been hurt by another person. I even remember, like, back in the day, like, I used to go out with some of my friends and we used to be at the table. Put up 50. Cardi B used to be like, my bitches say, put up 50, put up 50. Like, we used to be arguing about who's paying for the bill. Like, I got the bill. I got it this time. I got it. You got it. I got it. I got it. You feel me? And I remember one of my old friends went somewhere with me where me and my friend are literally arguing about who's paying for this bill. And she expressed to me that she didn't like that. She's like, I kind of feel like that was fake, like, of you to do that. I said, how was that fake? Like, you ain't never paid for a bill in front of us. You ain't never argue with me to pay for a bill because you expect me to do it because according to your brother, he said that you said that I was your flunky. I ain't never nobody flunky. But the problem is that you felt like I'm supposed to pay for your bill. Like I'm your man, I date you, and I don't. You're my friend. But I love you enough at this point in time, where this position in this role that this person in, I love you enough like my sister to the point where, yeah, I give you that. Like, real talk. It's even down to the point where sometimes I have given stuff to people so entirely much. Like, anytime they call me, I gave it to them for free, never charged them. To the point where anything I wanted, they charged me. How you think that make me feel if I see that somebody come over your house and say, for instance, they do hair. Somebody come over your house and you do this person's hair for free, but you charge me. You don't think I'm paying attention to that? Just because I didn't say that don't mean I didn't watch this happen. Did you hurt me? Yeah. And it's probably what you're going to say, hurt people. I was hurt before. Like, that's the reason why I did that. You didn't care about me, bro. You did that purposely. But you think I'm supposed to allow you in my life again to do what? To read it. Well, let's work on our friendship. What am I supposed to do different? I was already being a real true friend to you. What do I have to do that's different? Like, no, start holding these people accountable, guys. Like, hurt people don't hurt people. People who intentionally do not like you hurt you. Because if you really love someone, like, why would you hurt them? Like, you get what I'm saying? I ain't never really hurt somebody because I really loved them. I ain't never been that girl. Like, no. I always kept it real with people because I wanted people to keep it real with me. I always gave out the energy I wanted to receive, even as a little girl. This ain't me just talking high capping. Like, yeah, ask somebody who know me since a little girl if I have done this. They're going to be like, Keita always has. Like, hey, she meet you, she your friend, like, I'll buy your lunch, like, just to buy your lunch for you, just because I like that. That's my love language. I love exchanging gifts. Like, what? Let me buy your lunch. But if you ain't never took your time and bought me lunch, don't act like I never seen it. But then if I pay attention, like, oh, you took this person out. Oh, you did this with this person. I don't even care if it was with your mama, your kids, your sisters, whoever. If I did something for you and technically you just really basically use me, and then I see that people come in your life and you just randomly just do this flawlessly and don't charge them, I paid attention to that. Like, what? How's that fair to me? Why do I have to accept that? Like, and then you expect me to want to take you back in my life. Well, do you think we can? What would I be working on in our friendship? Wouldn't that kind of be you that need to work on this friendship? Why do I need to work on this friendship? I was doing everything I needed to do correctly in this friendship. What about you? But I'm not willing to work on a friendship because the first thing they say, well, I was hurt. And so I have dealt with people like this. Like, so I think everybody's skept because these people skept me. I didn't skep you. I never did anything to hurt you. The only thing I ever did was show you love. Like, especially this. I remember I used to date guys. And this one dude, he used to come, like, he was like, man, I always go everywhere with my gun. And I was like, why? Oh, because I don't trust these females. I was like, I ain't do nothing. Like, why you make it seem like I'm going to do something to set you up? Well, because I done got set up before, but I ain't set you up. I would never set up somebody because I don't want to be set up. So why would I set you up for? I don't even like being in a predicament where I come into a house and everybody knows that this person has a problem with me besides me. I don't even like that. So why would I put you in a predicament like that? I don't like the predicament that you even trying to insinuate that I'm even like. So basically what you trying to say, I'm scared, but I'm never scared. I ain't never scared. I don't believe in setting up people. I'm not that girl. I ain't never been that girl. I will never be that girl. Like I'm just not. So it's really weird to even see people do that. Well, I'm like, okay. I noticed that you took this person out to eat, but you didn't take me out to eat. I noticed you showed up for this person's birthday. You didn't call me to the next day after mine. Like, guys, pay attention. Also, guys, like, pay attention to what people invite y'all to. Because people really, technically, they show you who they really are. Off rip. Like, oh, well, you invite me to this. And the one thing I could say, like, shout out to my little brother. My brothers and them, they come through. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I told my little brother once I was having an induction. And he like, all right, so I'm gonna be there. I don't even care what time it is. Like, just tell me the time, I'll be there. I said, I don't know yet. When it get closer, I'll tell you the exact time, what time you need to be there. And my little brother came. Like, no lie. Like, my little brother showed up and he came. Like, I already knew he was coming. He was coming. He Aries. I know he coming. I ain't had to think twice about it. Like, hey, even if you show up late, I know you coming. But did he show up late because it was him? No. He showed up late with someone else. And it's like, people, they love you. They gonna show up for stuff that they know that you really care about. Now, for the people who know that you really care about something and they don't show up, pay attention to that. Because if you notice that they show up for everything else for other people, no matter what's going on in their life, but they don't show up for you and your important moment, do they really care? At some point, they're telling you, fuck you. Like, they done been hurt before. Like, they're playing a game with you. Like, call timeout. I'm a person. Timeout. Timeout. Like, no lie. Like, it's so crazy because people will play these games. Like, and it's like, I'm not finna play that game with you. If I know that you are intentionally, and I can feel you are intentionally trying to hurt me, I'm cool. You will never get that opportunity off again. And that opportunity will come up again to the point where I won't even be bothered. I didn't even know you was supposed to come. I already knew you wasn't come. That's why I didn't ask you, and that's why I didn't invite you. The fact that you invited yourself was great, but I didn't invite you. I didn't care if you came. I didn't expect you to come. I even betted myself. I was like, this person don't come. We're going to the Mexican restaurant. At some point, this is your behavior. I added it to your avatar. I can never be mad. I just see who you are, even though I was loving you. Like, for real, like, people don't understand. Like, I really take my time out to really love my friends and they love language. I see what they like, what they don't like. I even try to even love on their kids the way their kids need to be loved on. Because I want my people to mess with my son. It's crazy because my son my son is 9. He just turned 9. And do you not know that some of my old friends have never been to his birthday party? And my son's 9. And I always post it every year on Facebook. And then get mad because I'm really geeked up about my cousin's wife coming, which is my cousin, by the way, now. But I'm real geeked up that she came. Like, oh my gosh, like, what does she want to do? The first thing she come in there, I'm like, hey, you got I got to make sure I got her tickets and her kids' tickets. Oh, well, what you worried about her for? You're not really, because she show up to stuff and she actually happy that she's here. Like, she's not no mean person. She's actually just here for her kids to have fun and for Malachi's birthday. Like, you feel me? Like, she's supporting my child. Whether or not she support me, she's supporting my child. That's important to me. Like, if she had a party for her kids, I would be there square. Like, if she called me, you feel me? Like, I'd be there. But at the same time, like, people don't understand that. Like, did she play an important role for me? Like, yes, she did. And I thank her. Like, Bon, I love you. You know I love you, baby, always. I thank her for that. You feel me? Like, because she showed up. Like, and then I remember arguing with one of my friends about it. It's like, well, I'm like, dude, you do know this is my cousin's wife, though. This isn't just some random chick that I just met off Facebook. This is my cousin's wife. Like, he's married to her. She's married to him. And he is my blood cousin. He's not no fake cousin. That is my cousin. So I consider her fam. But I consider her fam on different levels because, you know, like, I have my own relationship with her outside of her husband. I know her as a person on a deeper level. Like, hey, but I'm not about to sit up there and diss her knowing that she come to my parties all the time for you. Like, that don't never come at all. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I just can't. Like, I remember when I had my son in the hospital, I used to always show up for people when they had kids at the hospital, no matter if I walked or nothing. It was only like one person that showed up at the hospital when I had my child. It's like crazy. I was like, wow. One person. And her mama brought her up. You feel me? I love Miss Mary. Miss Mary brought her up. For me, I ain't never got nothing wrong with Miss Mary. I ain't never speak wrong on that lady. I love her. And she brought her up there. You feel me? Whether or not she stayed long or not, I didn't care about the gifts. I just wanted you to see my son. Like, it's just amazing. You feel me? So it's like, some people would do the most illest stuff just to hurt you because they're hurt. Like, real talk, like, they done been hurt before. Like, hey, I remember, like, one day I'm like, hey, I had a way how I was, like, it was a recession, so I was trying to get my money. And I'm like, well, I'm hanging out with these girls because they get money. They included me. Like, I don't have to pay for everything. Every time I'm around you, I'm paying for everything. And then I heard a slick comment out your people's mouths talking about I'm your flunky. I ain't never your flunky. You just my friend. Like, I'm always got if I got a habit, I support my own habit. I don't need to call no man up to support my habit. Like, at all. So if I got my habit and I'm supporting my habit, why is your people saying that? Because that's obviously because you saying something else different to them. And once again, well, I done had a friend before they used me. So I felt like I needed to use you because I wanted to know how I felt. Like, what? What? So you felt like because you was hurt and somebody used you that you should use me? How that sound? But then yet you want to turn around and work on our friendship? No, we cannot. I'm holding you accountable. Hurt people, hurt people. Yep, you'll be hurting. You're hurting each other. You won't be hurting me. But you have to hold you accountable because you knew what you were doing was wrong. You knew I was not that friend that hurt you. But yet you tried to make me suffer because you couldn't make them suffer. And you're no longer friends with them. So somebody had to take the consequences of what they did to you. You chose to choose me. How's that fair? No, guys, like, I don't like when them spiritual leaders give out this narrative. Hurt people, hurt people. That means you are giving an excuse for people to hurt people. And they're going to stick up. They're going to stand on there. Well, I didn't know you cared about me that much. What? Oh, so you didn't care about me at all. You're right. I just thought, like, most people lie, like most women lie, most men lie. And I've been in these situations where they do this and they do that. And so I just did this same thing that they did to me, to you. How is that fair to me? I never hurt you at all. People don't realize that, like, what they do to someone can cause a lot of healing. Like, I remember doing healing work around that, and it was like, why did I feel like God placed me in life to be their doormat? I ain't no punching bag. God's like, you had an opportunity to speak up. Like, this was your job. That was your job to, like, speak up for you. How you speak up for other people, you got to stick up for you. I can handle the rest. I can handle their karma. Their karma's not that. When I hit the block for you, I'm going to hit the block for you. That's not your job. Your job is to really raise your vibration and know your worth and your value. And be around people who only give you that. I remember it was to the point where when I met Stevie Bug, like, a lot of my friends were very upset. Like, because I used to just hang out with her mask. But it was like, me and Stevie both went to school at this particular time. So it was like, Stevie would give me a ride to school, but we both worked at the same job. Boom. I pick her up, give her a ride. Wouldn't charge her nothing. She wouldn't charge me nothing. And it was just like, it was just a flow of energy. And it was always a good energy. It was always a vibe with me and her. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, this person sit over here mad because, well, you've been hanging out with her lately. Well, one, she don't come with stipulations. Two, I don't have to pay for everything. Like, she paying for it too. Like, hey, I just bought this Ed Hardy bottle. Like, yes, we're sitting up here getting drunk. The next day, she might buy a bottle. You feel me? And it goes just like that. Like, hey, we're sitting over here arguing about who paying for food. Like, what we eating today? Then we sit down and it's like the waiter comes up like with the bill. Like, well, do you want a separate check? So we're like, nah, same check. And then it's like whoever can pull out their money fast enough gets the thing. But it was never like, oh, this is set in stone. Like, who's paying for this? Who's paying for that? Like, guys, don't let people use you. Because there are people out here that would actually love you and meet you in your love language and never return the energy that people give to you. Never make someone else suffer for what someone else did to you. Your heart should be open enough to be able to accept someone and be like, you know what? You ain't going to treat me like that last person because you're not them. People deserve to see you healed. You deserve to see you healed. You deserve you to come out of this narrative of hurt people, hurt people, because they don't. People who make excuses for them to do things to other people hurt people. That's an excuse. I'm telling y'all, like, I will not accept anybody to be in my presence. Hurt people, hurt people. No, that's an excuse to keep doing what you're doing, knowing that you're wrong. I won't accept it as a spiritual leader, a spiritual guide, spiritual teacher, whatever. You get a reading with me, you say, I heard I guess what I'm going to say. That's a lame excuse. That's dumb. What happens if somebody did that to you? How would you feel? Oh, then you come to me knowing I'm your friend, but you doing this all out to people. That ain't fair. Like, you don't even know how to really love yourself. How many times you hurt yourself? Oh, you put yourself in a predicament. You know this person didn't like you, so here you go. Still hanging out with this person. Why? And they clearly don't like you. You hurting you. More than you hurting them. You hurting you. Leave them alone. Move on. Sometimes we too grown to be having a conversation with people. You know what you did. You knew I was giving you more than what you was giving me. You know I was doing flawlessly for you. You always used to ask me for stuff, and I used to just give it to you. Like, here you go. But you never once called me just to give me something. At all. But I never called you and just asked you for stuff either. But anytime I have ever asked you for something, I paid you. Period, point blank, I paid you. But you have never did that for me. Telling y'all, pay attention to people's intentions. Like, I don't accept that hurts people hurt. Oh, you didn't know I was a real true friend. How you ain't know I was a real true friend? But when I'm telling you, I'm apologizing for if I did something wrong to you, it's like you didn't do anything wrong with me. Like, I knew you were a really good friend. Like, you always answered the phone. You was always there for me. You gave me advice. Like, it was always good. I never even knew this other stuff was going on with you, but you were really nice and like loving. Like, you got me out the house. You got me out of my zone. You got me out of my funk. But I never even took my time to even really, I just mistreated you. I gave you bare minimum because that hurts. People don't understand that. That hurts. I'm giving you this full blast energy, but yet you're giving me 10% and I'm giving out 100 at all times. No, I won't accept that. I'm only accepting 100 back. Oh, can we work on it? No, we can't, because maybe I done gave you way too many chances, especially those people I done gave you like 2-3 chances. No, it's over with. And I ain't even doing one chance now. And some people are like, well, you can't, I forgive you, but I have to choose peace and I have to choose me. And I'm not willing to put up no blocks and barriers because I don't let you back in. And even though I added to your avatar, I have to take a risk of you hurting me because somebody else hurt you. I could be your spiritual guide and do that, but I can't be your friend if you're not healed. Like, I need you healed because I deserve to see the best version of you because you're seeing the best version of me. So that's me saying I'm only accepting the energy that I give out. And it's no offense to nobody. Like, hey, if you can't meet that energy back, hey, that's fine. Like, I will move on and you will be okay and I will be okay. And at some point, we have to remain calm and remain ourselves and be true to who we authentically are. You are a person where you like to make excuses for the things that you do to hurt other people. I'm a person, I don't like that. I will actually admit to a person if I did something wrong to them. Hey, look, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I'm going to work on it. I always tell people, even if I know like I really did something wrong, I always say, I apologize for what I did. And I always tell, like, what am I going to do to work on that action? Like, hey, maybe I wasn't a good friend for you here and you was here for me there. And I wasn't that person that was there for you. And I apologize, like, but I'm going to show up moving forward. And guess what I do? I'm an Aries. I show up. I do that action exactly what I said I was going to do. But I've always been fair. So I only had to like apologize to like a few people, but it was like family members, like, you feel me? But it was like more like, hey, like, you know, I felt like maybe I said something foul, but I really didn't. It was because of their energy. It wasn't mine. But sometimes I used to apologize. Like, that's what y'all don't understand. Sometimes what hurt people do, you end up apologizing just so they can apologize to you. I used to do that. I used to be like, you know what? I apologize just so they can give me an apology for what the fuck they did to me. And that's an art of manipulation. You feel me? Hey, I apologize for manipulating y'all to get an apology that was well deserved for me. But I lied about my apology because I didn't do nothing wrong to you. And then I got into that point where some people were used to me apologizing, even though they know they were dead wrong in a situation. Guess what happened? Nope. I stopped doing it. People got mad. Are you not going to apologize? I apologize first. No, I'm not apologizing. I didn't do nothing wrong to you. And that was like before, I got off cruise control. Now that I'm like up, aware, and alert, baby, I'm not apologizing if I didn't do anything wrong at all. Oh, I'm just speaking to you and I'm triggering you. No, I'm not apologizing for that. I ain't say nothing to you. We were having a conversation. Whether or not you a trigger has nothing to do with me. Because if you trigger me, guess what I'm going to do? Hey, you know what? I'm a little triggered right now. And I don't even think it's necessarily you. It's just that maybe I don't like the way you're talking to me. Or, because that's half the time my trigger would be how their tone is to me. That triggers me. You know what? I'm going to call you back. Or if you're just like really saying things about me that doesn't really belong to me and you're not really hearing me out, but I listen to you out, but you're not hearing me out, I'll call you back. Oh, I'm choosing me. You can't use me as your doormat. Whenever you mad, you can call me. You feel like you can call me. Like, no, you can't use me for that. No, I won't accept that. My value is way too much, and I value myself on a higher level than I have ever valued myself ever. But I ain't apologizing for anything that I didn't do moving forward. But I used to do that back in the day. I used to apologize just so I can get an apology from a person. But then when I realized that I was doing that and I had to go back and do healing work and ask myself for forgiveness for apologizing for things that I never did, just so I can be pleased in an area where this should have came out because they knew they were doing it. Because if I apologize for something that I was not doing and you apologize for something that you was doing, clearly you knew that you were hurting me. Clearly you knew you was hurting me. You just chose to keep doing that. I remember a particular person, every time they call me, it'd be cool, but I used to always pay them to do my hair, even though they claimed they loved me. Oh, you were using me for everything. I gave you free rides. I gave you free. Anytime you called me for anything, I gave it to you for free. But when I needed my hair done, you charged me. Every single time. But you didn't charge your peoples. You didn't charge the same person that you called me. You didn't charge them. I never seen you charge not one of your peoples. But you charged me, but I never charged you. And we claim to be in the same row. Oh, but you did that to me. What was the reason that you did that to me? And then that's a deep conversation. That's that healing conversation that some people they ain't ready for it. So how you think that made me feel? That I had to sit back and watch you treat everybody a little bit better than me. How you think I felt? I'm sorry, but that's how I got done. So I thought that's the behavior. No, bro, you knew you were doing wrong. You know I never treated you that way. So why would you treat me that way? Nope, I'm holding you accountable. No, we can't be friends. Nope, I don't want to be your friend. It's all love. I'm telling y'all guys, hold these people accountable. Don't allow people to say hurt people hurt people. No, because they don't. I have never hurt a soul because I was hurt. If I hurt somebody, it's because they crossed me. And that's because there's something of an action they did to the point where it was so disrespectful that I had to go in. Which I very rarely did at all. Like, I don't think I did that at all. I don't think so. But in general, that's my rule. If you very disrespectful, I'm cool. But it is what it is. You can't take back your actions of what you did. The only thing I can do is move forward. I can heal, do shadow work, do some forgiveness, do some release work, and then I'm going to release you with love and light. Boop. Clap on, clap off. But I'm choosing me. But guys, hold these people accountable, because hurt people do not hurt people. People who make excuses for the things they do to harm and hurt other people, those are the people who do it intentionally. So I feel like you intentionally wanted to harm me. I'm calling it as it is. That's calling it out. That's calling a bird, a spade, a spade. You did it. And you did it on purpose. You didn't do it to say like, hey, like no. If you actually recognize that I was a true friend and I was really good to you, but you were not good to me, what does that let me know? You knew exactly what you were doing. You knew the energy I was giving to you. You knew it wasn't fake or fraud. But yet because you've been hurt so many times, you include me in that pile. That's not fair to me. I did not do nothing to you but try to be your friend. So I have to hold you accountable for that. No, hurt people do not hurt people. People who make an excuse for people who hurt people, they hurt people because you're now creating an energy of acceptance, telling people to accept people to hurt them. That's not what we're here to do. We're not here to be hurt. We're here to be loved. And at any time, guys, like choose you. Choose the people who love you every single time. Even if it's like you don't get the link every day, but they choose you first. They don't put you in this pile that hurt them. They actually really love you right for who you are. And they don't say, hey, I don't do this because this person did this to me before, so I don't do this no more. I always tell people I have boundaries. Like, hey, if I see that, I do something and then I notice that you don't charge this person, but you charged me, I probably won't even say nothing, but I probably won't call your phone no more. We wouldn't be hanging out anymore because I got to protect me. Just like you should protect you. If you felt like I did that to you, protect yourself. I always tell people, if you feel like I was a bad friend, then why you want to talk to me? Because obviously you still want to be friends because I'm a good friend. I don't want to be your friend no more. Oh, you disrespected me. Oh, because you were hurt. You were arguing with your boyfriend. So now you were mad at me. And you felt like you could call me because I'm not going to agree with something you say. And I'm actually giving you real sound advice, which you called me for. And yet you're mad because you hurt. Instead of actually like, I called you for this advice and you gave me your opinion. Even though I might not agree with it at this moment, you did give it to me and I appreciate it. That sounds more like a healthy conversation and a healthy person compared to now you're attacking me, even though I did not do anything to attack you. No, I ain't accepting that behavior. I will not accept that behavior in my life. I will not accept that at all. Guys, moving forward, please love y'all, but hold people accountable, because hurt people only hurt people because people make this an okay energy and it's not okay. You're not holding these people accountable. They know exactly what they're doing. Hold them accountable. You hurt me on purpose because you just chose to want to do it because somebody did it to you. Is that fair to me? No. Will I accept that back in my life? No. Have a good day. I'm cool. Especially if I gave you multiple chances and you're still lying. Nah, baby, I'm cool. I don't even want to be your friend. We can't even be cordial at some point. Like, I just want to end on love, but we can't be cordial because I'm cool. I'm not about to accept that. I don't want to. The universe. And so if you speak it energetically, and I'm going to end it after this. If you're speaking energetically to the universe energy, if you accept someone back in your life and they have done this to you, guess what the universe is going to do? This is the type of people you want. The universe is going to start sending all these old people back that did the same thing. You're like, hold on. I don't want that energy. No. I'm a person like I pay attention. I'm like, hold on. I might accept this person, and the universe said, oh, this is the person that you want. Here we go. Start sitting all. Oh no. Baby, you got to go too. Cause I don't want the universe to think I'm accepting you, even though you might have changed. I don't want to do it because I have put so much time in. And it all depends. Like, for me to say, like, I don't want to be your friend, that means you did some real disrespectful stuff. I'm like, nah, bro, there's no coming back. Because at some point, if you do anything else, it's coming between me and my peace. And I choose peace at all times. So I'm choosing me. Guys, hold people accountable. But I don't believe in hurt people. I believe in people making an excuse to hurt people because they want to, not because they hurt, but because they want to. Real talk. And you might disagree, but like, hey, you know what? But you saying this, like, no, I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying, you're saying I was hurt, and I'm telling you I didn't hurt nobody. Even if when it came down to dating, like, I knew like I was really hurt off of when I broke up with Sun. I didn't date for a whole year and a half before I even had sex, and before I even dated. The sex part took 2 years to get through, but to actually go out and date, no, I was real hurt. That was like my first boyfriend. I was hurt. We broke up. Like, what? We was perfect. Like, are you serious, dude? Like, no. I was hurt. And I didn't want to hurt nobody because I knew how I felt. Like, I didn't like that feeling, so I wouldn't want somebody else to experience that. So at any point that people make an excuse for people that hurt people and you don't take the time out to really deal with your feelings and your emotions, like, hey, maybe you did have a friend that used you. If you ain't take the time out, like, to really heal from your friend hurting you to the point where you hurt someone else, that means that you just as worse as them. You just doing what you learned behavior. Oh, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to do this because I feel like this person deserves it. And because it got done to me, because I'm hurt, because hurt people hurt people. So me doing this behavior is acceptable to society. Like, no, it's not acceptable. We don't accept that anymore. It's not acceptable here. We're holding you accountable. Yes, you knew what you was doing. You was hurt. You chose not to heal. You chose not to deal with your problems. You chose to do everything else but to give your problems. But you couldn't really give that hurt to the person who really did it. So you thought that I would accept that. I'm not. Goodbye. Guys, hold these people accountable. Hurt people do not hurt people. Hurt people who use this slogan, they are creating an energy to do the fuckery that they do. And to really hurt people. And I hate to, to cuss like that, but it is true. They do the things they do just so they can do it on purpose. Ain't got nothing to do with you. You're only responsible for how you react. If you show this person love, hey, they can't be mad. Hey, I was a real friend to you. You now know what a real friend is. But guess what? You weren't a real friend to me. Now I know what I will not accept. And if I see the behavior, I'm going to call out like, hey, are you doing this in advance? I'm that friend. Hey, you know what? I might notice like you're doing a behavior that something, it was triggering. Like, hey, you know what? I have a conversation with you. I might don't like that because I have dealt with people who have did that. And you're kind of showing that same behavior, like, and I'm okay. I'm always going to be blessed. Like, no matter what I do and how I do it, I'm going to be blessed. Like, and I can't, and whether you feel like I'm blessed or not, that's your prerogative. You're worried about me and not about you. And you're responsible for your half, not mine. So I'm tell people, if you've been a real good friend and you really ain't hurt people, bro, stand on that. I'm perfect. I literally am real life perfect. I really never held nobody accountable for anybody's actions when it even came down to men, how they played me. I never said, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to love you because of this dude. Oh, I'm cheating on you because of this last dude cheated on me. I never was that person. Hey, you ain't do that to me. If I can't return that energy back to them, I'm not going to give it to you. You don't deserve that. You deserve the real version of me. And a whole different, complete version than the person that I gave them. Period. No guy can say they have the same version as me as another guy. Like, because I won't do that. Like, because that version dies with them. Like, hey, I'm cool. I will go on and move on. I will just love more, love a little different, move a little different. But I'm not about to hurt nobody. I just don't like that because I know how it feels. Like he said in that song, in Sleeve. Listen to it by August Astino. It's a real beautiful song. It's in my top 3 of all time. Guys, like Sleeve. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, Sleeve. He said, I know. You've been hurt. I've been hurt too. So that's why I keep it real with you. That's why I keep it real. Because I know how I feel. I don't like that feeling. And so I don't want you to feel like that if I love you. And if people don't take their time out to do that, to recognize, hey, I know how it feels to be hurt. I don't want to hurt you, no matter if I feel like you're being authentic. I'm not here to make sure that you're being 100. I'm only here to make sure I'm being 100. I'm responsible for my how. And when I look in the mirror, I'm not judging myself. I'm not at all. Like, I'm not judging myself. I'm not judging myself, and I'm not sitting up here like at all times. I'm trying to like get the right words. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not judging myself. Like, I'm not judging for you. When I look in the mirror, I'm actually judging myself. That's what Wayne says. Like, the only person technically that can judge you is the person that is looking in the mirror. Nobody else really can. So I'm not here to judge you. And if some people believe in religions, like, when you go in front of the creator, the maker, and God, like, what are you doing? Are you in control of the stuff? Like, will you be held accountable for how this person acted, or will you be held accountable for how you were doing people, even though you knew it hurt you and you turned around and was doing that to people because you wanted to feel how it felt to do that to people? Get what I'm saying? Like, and then you're going to be like, well, that basically you're saying like they hurt people to hurt people. No, this person chose to do this action. You chose to hurt someone else because you obviously like the feeling of being hurt. So you chose to want to hurt someone else. You chose to not want to heal yourself and not love yourself and value yourself enough for people outside of you to say, you know what, that hurt. I don't want nobody to experience that. Let me be what I want to receive. For real, like, that's important, guys. Like, take that time out to really hold people accountable to that hurt people. Nah, people who don't want to be held accountable for their actions and what they do to people hurt people. And they use this slogan to continue to do what they do. Well, you know, this is a defense mechanism. Like, oh, yeah, you know, no. You did it because you feel like you hurt people and you've been hurt. And so you're like, hey, you built this wall up. I'm not breaking no wall down to be your friend. No, I'm not going to be your friend if I got to heal you all the time. I'm a healer. I'm a spiritual teacher. No, I won't do it. Heal. Come back when you're healed. If I'm still available, then I'm still available. If not, then I'm not. That's your fault. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But at some point, am I willing to even accept you back into my energy? That's the real question. I'd rather you take a time out and keep it real. Like, listen, baby girl, I've been hurt and I'm dealing with my stuff. And so I'm not in a good space. And so I'll call you back like when I really am in a good space. That's let me know that, one, you take accountability for your actions. Like, look, I don't even know if I could be a good friend of myself, so I can't be a good friend of you. That's taking responsibility for your actions that most people don't do. They don't take that time out to actually, like, something hurt me. Let me stop, do some self-reflection, and actually work on me, and then come back out into the world. Because the people who love you, they gonna always love you, bro. They gonna rock with you. If they love you at any moment, they gonna come and they know that you're doing healing work. The moment you come outside, they gonna be like, what's up? What's going on? It's gonna be like you never miss no time. They gonna catch you up, you gonna catch them up, and it is what it is. But the fact that you actually took that time, like, you know what? I ain't in a good space right now. I ain't in good energy. I don't feel like talking. I'm not in good energy. And so I'm going to leave y'all alone for a second. I'm going to leave you alone. Just give me some time. And I don't think you deserve to see this version of me when I'm upset. You deserve to see the best version of me. Because I want to see the best version of me. And if I'm not in my best version, I don't want you to see that. I won't even get on this mic and do a podcast if I'm not in my best energy. People tell you that. I remember people used to ask me to do readings, and I'm like, and I remember one day, like, I was upset. I was going through something, and I was dealing with my feelings and my emotions. And I was like, I can't, and I refunded everybody back their money that day. Like, I ain't doing no readings today. Like, I don't feel good. Like, I ain't in a good space. When I'm in a good space, I'll give y'all a reading for free. I'll be good. But right now I ain't in a good space. So I'ma just, and that's when Mars was in Aries. It was Mars in Aries. It was like Mars was in Aries, crime was in Aries, the sun was in Aries. It was like a lot of planets was in like Aries, and it wasn't a good day for me. And I was like, I'm gonna just sit this one out because I ain't in a good space, and I don't think y'all deserve that version of me. Please forgive me in advance, and I'll come back and holler at y'all. And people said they respected that because they was like, you actually taught me how to do that to people that I love. Like, I never had somebody like be that real. Like, hey, like I ain't in a good space right now. My energy level off. Like I can snap on you at any time, and I don't mean to snap on you because I love you too much to snap on you. And I don't want you to think that this is a behavior that I do all the time. Like I snap on my friends whenever something ain't right and they around me, and they might be around me to bring my energy level up. No, I don't want to do that. No, because I have to get me together. That's not y'all responsibility. That's mine. I'm only responsible for my half. I'm responsible to be happy. And so at any moment that I'm not happy, I have to take that time out to self-reflect. Hey, what's going on? Let me do some shadow work. Let me do some release work. Maybe it's somebody's energy that's not mine, and I have to release it. Maybe there's people that's doing stuff that's, spiritually, like because some people be messing with people spiritually. I don't know why you would take your time out and you ain't got $1 million, but continue to mess with people. You ain't got $1 million, but you messing with people. Don't make sense. You got $1 million and you still messing with people? Because at that point, if you got $1 million and you still messing with people, like, bro, like you ain't got $1 billion. At some point, you should be leveling up. Once you get $1 million, like, hey, I need $1 billion now. You shouldn't even be messing with people. But the fact that some people take their time out to do that means they hurt. Because somebody did that to you, so now you turning around and hurt somebody. That ain't fair. Like, that's weak. So, guys, tap in. Hold these people accountable. And make sure y'all hold these spiritual people accountable, telling people, hurt people. So you got to accept that. What? No, I'm not accepting that. I don't believe in it. Hurt people. Nah, I've been hurt. I ain't hurt nobody. So I'm your exception to that. And there's a lot of people that is. I know how that feels to be hurt. So I don't want to do you like that. What's wrong with that? So you're saying that hurt people, but that's incorrect for me. So, but there's a lot of million people that agree the same way as me. Love you guys. Choose you at all times. Choose your peace. Choose happiness. Choose love. But remember, you're only responsible for your half and what you do. You're not responsible for how anybody else reacts to anything. So, but all right, guys, I talked y'all head off enough today, but make sure y'all tap into the Pretty Red ENT show on all platforms. You feel me? iHeartRadio, Podcast Pocket, you know what I'm saying? Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I have private episodes on the Apple Podcast. I'm going to upload like 3 more real quick back to back because I got some stuff. But also, guys, like, make sure y'all go show my webpage some love at the Pretty Red ENT show .podbean.com. Feel me? Go show me some love there. Make sure you add me on Snapchat. You feel me? At Pretty Red ENT 2 fire signs. Like, show me love. I always add people on Snapchat. Like, Snapchat's my favorite social media thing. So, but make sure you add me on there. I talk to people. I don't bite. But I'm also a realist about things, and me, and it's 222 o'clock, and I'm really about authentic love and showing people love that I want to receive back. And I'm not accepting anything less. So if you cannot give me that, ain't no sense of coming back. You heard, Jeezy. But all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Pretty Red ENT. If no one told you they loved you today, just know that I love y'all. Sending love and light out to every single thing in this planet. And make sure y'all open up y'all heart to love, like, and really hold people accountable and don't accept this hurt people to create a bigger energy for people to do foul stuff to people. No. Take that out. Don't accept anything less than what you deserve. If you know that you've been a good friend, they need to be a good friend back. And if they're not, move on. Because God, the universe, going to bless you with people that's going to show up for you. They're going to be exactly what you give out. Like, and you ain't even got to think about it. Because you know your heart and you know your intentions and you know that you're a good friend. God's going to, universe, God, Mother Earth, they in agreement. Some of y'all about to be coming into y'all real soul tribe. Meeting y'all real soul tribe. Like, what? Baby, I don't even know you. Like, come on. Let's run. Let's run that. Let's run that. Yes, all day and tomorrow. And some of y'all old friends are going to be mad. Leave them where they at. They chose what they chose. Like, you probably forgave them 1,000,000 times. But love you, choose you at all times, y'all. But choose peace. Because even if you allow somebody back in, guys, and you got to feel like you got to keep a wall up while you're around them, don't even bring them back in front of your atmosphere because they don't deserve that. Choose peace, choose you at all times. But thanks for tuning in to the Pretty Red ENT Show. It's your girl, Goddess Nikita, a.k.a. Pretty Red ENT.